Hey guys, this is Christine, your Mindset Master Doctor and Leverage for Change. And I want to speak to you today about how to love yourself, self-love, which is a big problem I find in most of my clients that they complain about they don't love themselves. And I think for the most part, they don't know why. You don't know why you don't love yourself. And I'm going to just kind of go back a little, step backwards a little bit to kind of give you an outline as to why this happens. It was really due to the attachment style that you developed as children with your caregivers. And this is not to blame parents, because there were sometimes single parents who had jobs and they didn't have all that time to really spend with you, and so you may develop a feeling of inconsistency in the way that you were cared for, in that you kind of lacked that consistency of somebody caring for you. When you cried and you needed their attention, and they would be there, but with these situations, they just were not able to be there for you. It could be also when you may have grown up into a home that's a lot of quarrels and a lot of drug abuse. It could be sexual abuse. It could be different things, and so everything is at a different kind of spectrum. And so I'll go into the attachment styles in another video, because otherwise this video will be just way too long. But what I want to do is what I want to suggest is that you are attracted now because of those those styles of attachment that you developed as children. You now go into your adult relationships into the same, with the same kind of attachment style. And so the funny thing is that sometimes most times you attract person from another type of attachment style that is, if you're clingy, then they are distant, and then there is a problem, because of course the more you cling, the more they go. So but I'll go into those attachment styles later on, right? Because this is going to be just too long. So what happens though is that what you find yourselves doing is being attracted to those people. So what you have to do now is to reparent yourself, kind of like, now you are now parenting yourself the way you wanted to be taken care of by your parents. And that is how you're going to start. By self-love is how you're going to do that. How are you going to do that? You have to be very clear. The first step is to be very clear about what your attachment style is, right? And as I say, I'll do some videos in more depth on those, so you can know. And then the next step is to kind of write down the ways that you show up in relationships that you've been in, and the people that you've been attracted to. Write that down so you get to know. You're getting to know yourself now, right? You're getting to know who you are, so you can change it. Once you do that, once you have the types of the ways that you show up in relationships, then you're going to want to change it and you're going to change it by reprogramming yourself, reprogramming these thought patterns that you had, these limiting thought patterns, these negative thought patterns that was a part of your old self, right? So now you have to write down, say for example, you felt unworthy, then you're going to write affirmations. For example, you'd say, I am more than worthy of love. Whatever it is. Everybody's going to be different, because everybody's going to have a different attachment style. So you write these down, and you're going to know, make those affirmations a part of your daily process. In the mornings is the best time, and just before you go to bed is the best time to really, because your subconscious is more adaptable to those new messages coming in, right? So you're gonna, and during the day when you have time, you repeat those messages over and over again. And anytime you feel and you sense one of those old messages coming up, thought patterns coming up, you immediately reverse it and replace it with the new thought patterns, new affirmations that you have. All right. And the next thing you do, you have to care for yourself. A lot of people who don't love themselves, they also don't take care of themselves. They might eat a lot of foods that are not good for them, so they put on weight, or they're not healthy. They may not take care of their bodies, their hair, their skin, their clothes, the way they wear. So you have to do all of those things too. They matter, even though it's on the outside, guys. It really becomes internalized in how you feel about yourself. So you have to do it, do the things to make you feel good about yourself. Take up a hobby of something that you really love to do, because the more that you find you take pleasure in the things that you do, the happier you will be. Find something that really makes you happy and learn to do that and practice that. Be around people who make you happy, and you'll have to cut some people from your life, because these people may be negative. They're always either criticizing you, or they're always gossiping and talking bad things about others or you. You're going to have to learn to create boundaries around that, in those things. You also have to watch what it is that you listen to daily. What kind of music, what kind of self-talk do you have going on? You have to be able to cut those back. What do you listen to the news every single day, all day, and just ruminate on all of that negativity? Then you have to also cut down that. And I'm not saying not to watch the news, but don't be like just looking at it every day, every time. Oh my God, this is happening. Oh my God, that's just not good for your psyche. The next things that you have to do is you really have to just create boundaries. As I mentioned before, you have to create boundaries, because people will come, and if you were someone who, because of certain attachment styles, you are a people pleaser, you might be a people pleaser, you now have to say, no, I'm sorry, I can't do that, I don't have time for that, I'll do it when I can, or if whatever it is, but you have to create boundaries. All right, so all of these things, you have to focus on the things that you're passionate about. You're focusing on the things that you love, so that focus on things that you are grateful for. Gratitude is one of the most important things when it comes to creating more gratitude, more things to be grateful for in your life, right? Find mentors, maybe people who've been through along your path and are now doing well. Find those people to help you to now get to where you want to be, because they've been there and they can help you with that. Realize that you can only control yourself, guys. You cannot control anybody else. So just don't say, okay, I'm going to try and change that person, because you cannot. Also, always find a little time, if it's even 10 minutes a day, start with 10 minutes a day, to just sit down and meditate on the good things that you have right now, and the good things that you that you want your life to be like. So this is a way to really create self-love in your life, and I hope that you will take me up on this and really start to practice some of these things that I mentioned. So look out for some of those videos that I am going to be doing more in depth of the attachment styles, so you can know what attachment style you are. And I really hope that you'll take me up on this, guys. My name is Christine. I'm your Mindset Mastery Doctor in Leverage for Change. Have a great day. Bye.